The following is a fan-based parody. The voices in this video were created by AI tools and do not represent the real-life figures of said voices. Opinions and topics discussed by the characters in question are written purely as satire and do not reflect their real-life counterparts' opinions or the writer's opinion on the matter. The purpose of this video is purely for entertainment. Thanks to all channel members and donators. Your support makes these videos possible.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Infinite Fusion. Today I'm going to be traversing Mount Moon in an attempt to make it to Cerulean City. Before I ask you guys how you are, I promised a surprise for everyone last time.
OMG, I cannot contain my excitement. I've always felt like this Barack, yes, of course I'll marry you. Just say it, my sibling.
I feel the exact same way. Ever since I first laid eyes on you, I knew you were the only one for me. I've never had a crush this big on someone before.
I worry about you both, but let me reveal my secret to you all.
Oh, wow. That's actually pretty sick.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. How did you go about getting that Kanye sprite Barack?
Joyu Cranitos Numbskull? It's meant to be me. Shoutouts to Pink Yoshi from the Infinite Fusion Discord. Be sure to check out their other talented works and channel in the description of this video. They designed this cute little guy a few months back, but only now has our editor figured out how to add custom sprites to the game.
That's pretty cool, Barack, but why are you heading back to Route 1?
It is real. I hope you two were practicing.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening? Why is the sky burning up with light? As if I just summoned Necrozma.
Ain't no way. Joe was a non-believer this whole time. Tell me, Barack, is this the legendary secret baseball minigame?
Indeedy it is, Donnie. But it looks like we were too late. The little busters are wrapping it up without us. Maybe in the next world we will get our chance to throw that raging meow ball.
Damn that beautiful ginger son of a gun. I really hope our times together aren't a figment of my imagination.
Our feelings are stronger than a Mespritz. I'm glad to have you both with me on this remarkable adventure.
Why, this is just perfect. Special thanks to everyone who is watching this video right now.
The only thing that would complete this moment would be if our editor showed up.
Hey, look, our editor showed up.
That does look like something he would dress up to snap some saucy pics for the OF. Real talk, won't this take like 6 years to evolve?
What are you talking about? A simple Firestone will evolve this guy.
Larvesta evolves at level 59 Joe, so even though this thirsty cosplayer is ours, we won't be seeing his final form for a bit.
I met Lucario Barack. Using a Firestone unlocks his Mega Form, right?
I thought you were getting better at Pokemon, Joe. Who told you he evolves with a Firestone?
That son of a cutie fly Jamie from the playground. Why would he feed me misinformation like that? I gave him the best ice cream cone I had that day.
Say, there's a Pokemon egg just chilling here. Should we take it into our personal care?
I don't see why not. Technically, it's a static encounter, so let's get to hatching this sucker.
I can't imagine the nightmare that could possibly hatch from this thing. Could be something super cute or something that'll eat my dreams tonight.
Once again, shoutouts to Pink Yoshi for this magnificent sprite. The more I look at it, the more I'm stunned from infatuation. I love it.
Did you say our editor couldn't figure out how to put custom sprites in this game? Isn't it literally dropping 3 folders in 2 locations?
How do you know that, Joe?
He's incompetent, guys. Come on, we knew this. He thought IKEA was a country in Africa and currently thinks Gen 9 is peak Pokemon design. I don't know which is worse.
To be fair, King Gambit goes hard.
The shit sitter? He goes hard, all right. Goes hard after a mukbang muck Indian munchie box.
Who's munching a Mux box while banging it? That sounds exquisite.
Hey Smeargle Shafty 1 and 2, can we focus? I was about to say maybe if you ask kindly they could prepare you two some sprites so we all have a unique one for this adventure.
Great idea, Barack. Let's see, do I want to be Superman or Goku next time?
Well, canonically, the latter has a bigger dick, so choice is obvious.
I meant of yourselves, you dud dunsparces.
Why would I want to be myself? I play games to escape my life and identity. As cool as it is to be whatever job I currently hold, I don't want to be reminded while chilling with the boys. I'm a different man behind the screen.
Your job is literally in the title of every single one of these videos.
There's a reason people call him the amnesia spamming slow bro.
There's actually something involving this whale knot I want to incorporate into this episode. A new series gimmick that we will be dropping after this season.
We're getting our own generational mechanic this time around? As long as it isn't as hilariously stupid and overpowered as Dynamaxing, then I'm down for whatever.
Barack, quick, say that it's a dick-sucking contest or something.
That's not even remotely possible, Donald, but thanks for the heads up anyway. I don't want to spoil the surprise too much, so let's just journey on.
Do you have a specific game plan heading into this tedious dungeon, Barack?
I'm going to try spread the experience around to our lower level members. Our newly found furry friend should prove powerful in these battles.
Considering he's 4 times weak to fire and one of his materials is a low-stat stage 1 monster, he's not exactly our most reliable party member. Don't play the hero, Barack. You're not a low-tier god.
Greetings, everybody.
Do you guys smell that? Is that his super sweet syrup ability activating?
Great. Goodbye to our monetization for this video.
Your life literally serves an entire purpose.
Hey, yo, who hit the QuickTime event?
I'm just gonna hug you. You're gonna keep coming back. I'm gonna open up my arms. Why? Because you keep smelling this comfort. My useful, great loving friend.
Oh no, it's one of Barack's people. One of those Hitmonchan mother truckers.
Hey Joe, you chickhead, what the puck do you mean by that? You ungrateful paint plastered?
I think he means he's one of those utter chuckers, or Sons of Stitches.
Isn't this game just magnificent? Look at how fantastic this Kingly looks. He's just dang gorgeous.
What the schnitzel is this blitzel? Why can't I cuss all of a sudden?
Why, that's my passive skill I've honed, like the claws. When I'm around, I grant my teammates a 22% skill boost and increase their niceness stat by 110%, effectively preventing any bad words from being spoken and proccing any negative abilities for the rest of the session. Am I fulfilling my support role well, my wonderful companions?
I did not understand a word that beautiful dude just said. Can somebody explain it in Pokemon terms for me?
Essentially, he used imprison on us. And since he knows every insult in the book, we cannot say anything inappropriate while he's on the field.
Well, low-tier god, we appreciate the stat boost, don't get me wrong. But why and how did you get here?
Oh, pardon me, the excellent and royal King Donald. I don't go by that alias anymore. Please refer to me as high-tier human instead.
You shivering snow-run savior. King Donald has a ring to it. My apologies, HTH.
It's all good, my brother from a separated mother. Well, I heard you lost a Pokemon last episode, so I thought I would show up here today just to give you a hand so the run doesn't fail. Remember, there was no Dragon Rage or Wonder Guard toggle at the start of the game, so those are still on the table if you haven't made a rule about them.
I don't know about these Glam Meow plushies, but I ain't afraid of no dragons or Shedinjas.
The only thing that scares me is Barack's Galarian Linoon.
Speaking of, your mom touched up my Obstagoon last night.
She touched what?
What? I was ladder in Generation 8 UU and I told her the set wasn't helping me net any wins. She showed me a more tanky sleep build, which helped my team drastically.
Wait, guys, I actually relate. In that case, I'm glad she could give you a hand with that.
Oh, she gave me a hand, all right. Shortly after that, I made love to her.
You made what?
What? Love. Lots of valuable experiences. We went shopping, we played a bit of tennis, all the while I was informing her of how amazing her son is.
Aw, shucks, man, you the best.
Wait, Barack, make sure you use Absorb again or you will die.
It's been spamming Rock Throw Joe. Please, I think I've got this in the bag. Oh, grumbling Growliths.
Yes, kill the furry.
Don't act out of revenge, my child. You are skilled in love, just don't lose sight of who exactly you are.
You're right, high-tier human. I'm going to stay focused and evolve 9 like I originally intended.
What in this world could live a stab flamethrower or Psyshock?
Probably Flash Firehound Doom since it's immune to both types.
Do I need to grab the shampoo? Because it sounds like you are conditioning us for a foreshadow where that damn dog destroys our little 9.
Naruto the Nine-Tailed Fox will be fine in any battle, as long as he Bankais his Kamehameha using the One Piece.
Is that before or after he activates Zawa Rudo?
I didn't think we could make anime fans cringe, but we just pulled off the impossible.
Wait a sec, I just realized that this combination of a fire-spitting psychic is basically Dalzim as a Pokemon. Do you think our precious 9 here would perform well in the World Warrior Tournament, my goat?
I couldn't even tell you, my brother. I gave up Street Fighter long ago. Game Producer 6. May God bless his rabbit nurturing soul. His words have reached my inner being. He has shown me the light through the ruin and saved my humanity like a bonfire.
Wait, did he die or something? If so, we need to celebrate his death, like now.
Has he invited you all to the Society of Light yet?
Not really. Last time he was on the show, he just shouted at us so he could milk drink the content we produce. And milk drink Donald, of course.
I tried chazzing it up with him, but it never works out. I heard if you jading him up, he might actually listen to your concerns.
Unfortunately, my fine gentleman, that's all the time I have to spend with you today. GP is especially dressed up as a Galarian Ponyta as we run the rounds in Dims fighting herds. I shall inform you all of any knowledge I obtain, but until then, spread the love, y'all.
Okay, I'll bite like a gibble. None of you believe his presence makes us play better, do you?
Nope, I always said that too. Thanks, Barack.
Well, watch out, Dragon Rage.
We outspeed, it's fine. You mother!
All right, let me snap on him like my name's Todd. I'm loading the Hop Pip Opera Yopper and infiltrating your space while these grass bullets fly. I will leave your ass dead in the grass like a cradley. Close your eyes, Joe, because you don't want to see the gore when I geist and show the fruits of my labor when the gun gets to flapping. This worthless fuck is sitting there thinking, damn, we smoking that 9-pack tonight, boys? You small-of-size shit? You're a bigger con artist than Smeargle.
Damn, that was a clean grass type scheme you had there, Milo. I always agreed with you. Fraud Balma is back on the map, everybody. Turns out he's a fusion of a Generation 1 psychic and fighting type. Mr. Choke has arrived, everyone.
Ah, yes, I should have used my telekinetic reality warping skills to make the 100% accurate Dragon Rage miss. How silly of me.
You should have just called the early game Dragon Rage clause. You ass pumper.
As I said earlier, I'm not a pussy. We live and die by the early game difficulty. It wasn't even the DR's fault, it was that stupid Custap Berry.
It's a long walk of shame back to the PC now, Barack.
That's true. The viewers don't deserve that suffering sight, at least.
Okay, I'll agree with you on that. Let me kill this whore Ender and I can make my way back.
And now blood is killing whores? It's official. Season 1 Dark Obama was a mightier dog than this pooch.
I actually think it's time for the new segment I've been cooking up for the midway of this video. Roll out the tapes. Who the fuck is that Pokemon? It's Woblor.
You want to go first, Joe?
I don't know what that thing was, but I'm in love. Give me more details on that beautiful creature, Barack.
Hold on, let me waltz around the darkness for a sec.
Well, that was a waste of time.
Wait, hold on. We got a baby on the way, boys. Get your tight jeans on.
Ayo, stay back, Joe. Oh my God, it's cock stuff.
Oh, but I'm the sus one when it comes to dogs. I see how it is.
I mean, yeah, definitely just referencing your weird obsession with dog dick. That is all. Look no further.
This guy isn't a fusion, so shall we deposit him in the box until further notice? I might have an idea on what we can do with him.
Exactly what I was thinking, Donatron. I will throw him into the non-portable Porygon personal computer the next chance I get.
Your wordplay isn't going to distract me from that ad break section you had on Standby Barack. You sure are full of surprises today, aren't you, Shiny Sandygast?
Don't you ever compare me to a black shiny monster again. You know how much I hate that color scheme. But yes, that is the new segment I was thinking of doing around the halfway mark of every video. What did you both think?
All jokes aside, I do like it. It shows off more of the awesome custom fusions that can be found throughout the game, which I will never be able to stop gushing over.
Same here, but I think you landed a confused ray on me because there's something I don't get.
What, bitches?
Good one, Shiny Palo Sand. My only concern with the segment is that it's quite difficult to tell what Pokemon it is with the silhouette. In the anime, for example, you have that specific generation's distinct Pokemon to guess, and they usually play a prominent role in that episode. Here we have hundreds of thousands of combinations to choose from, so how can you expect the viewers to guess correctly?
You raise a good point. To clarify, this segment will be done to pay homage to some of the sicker fusions in this series. Yes, the shadow will make it hard to guess who the F that Pokemon is, but remember the sprite will be related to something that has already appeared before in the video. Wailnaught appeared at the 4-minute mark earlier in the episode, and if he fully evolved, that would be his Wobboard sprite. That should make it a little fairer for those who want to try and guess before we reveal it. Let us know what you think of the Pokemon of the day down below. I think he looks great.
I mean, he's an easy smash, obviously.
Your mind is so perverted, Joe. Can't you just appreciate a Pokemon's looks and expression without wanting to use beatdown on your Caterpie?
You're totally right, Donald. Truth be told, I haven't been getting any action lately, so that's why I've been so down batty bad for these digital sprites lately. I've been thinking of seeing a psychologist to help me get through it, but the appointment was canceled last minute.
Oh man, that sucks to hear, but I'm glad you're seeking help, Joey. Why did they cancel on you?
Oh no, I was the one who canceled on him because it was a cringe decision.
Hey look guys, it's us as a Pokemon. Get it?
Oh, I get it, because I have a deep doom desire for that Pollock Tussie Wussy.
All right, so seeking professional help is cringe, but whatever you just said is acceptable. You're a lost cause sleepy.
I know we resolved the secret baseball minigame arc in this episode, but I wouldn't be surprised if it actually showed up here instead. What is this place?
Who cares, Obama? We have heal balls. They're cheaper than the boost balls by $200 Renos, and the catch multiplier is probably higher. Stack it up, boy.
And the sale fossil for another gift Pokemon? We could actually go back and get it now if we really want to, since the revival machine is already up and running.
I'll let one of you guys do that in a later episode since we have come so far. I don't have the time nor patience to go back through the entirety of Mount Moon when I'm pretty sure we are at the end. I'll also do a bit of selling while we are here.
I gotta give you props, Obama. It feels like every 6 steps there has been an encounter in that wild dungeon, but you're handling it pretty well.
Don't forget that you're both washed, as I'm the only one who hasn't lost a Pokemon yet. Will this be the second season in a row I'll have to uptake the mantle as your captain and lead by example?
I forgot we made you our captain. Man, I was higher than Deoxys that episode.
By all means, go ahead, you Mamoswine cheek clapper. Last time you got cocky before a water gym, you got steamrolled like a whirlipede. Just let me know you're going to wipe out ahead of time so I can grab some snacks first.
Go ahead, Grunts. Ask the comment question of the day before we wrap up. No Dragonair.
Super Captain 9251 says, my question. What is a question?
A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you.
I know I always want you to die, Donald, but I never knew you were such a monster.
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
I think he's stuck in a Castlevania loop. Let's move on. Ted Cruz on the donation asks, which Pokemon do you think represents you the most as a person? Who you are inside, and not if you're black, white, or orange.
Oh, in that case, a big, beefy blue and black Zekrom.
Are you going to elaborate on that, Joe?
Oh, trust me, the real fans know why.
Great, enjoy figuring that one out, folks. I guess I would say something like Landurus. Regal, strong, sophisticated, powerhouse, handsome, terrifying, built different, part lion, riding the flying Nimbus. Everything you could dream of in a man.
What is a man?
I never think about stuff like this, but off the top of my head, I would say Tyranitar. Consistently a competitive beast and a reliable monster through and through. Sounds like myself, don't it? It speaks volumes that the guy has never dropped from OU.
He's UU and Scarlet and Violet. Donald, did you not hear about the tier changes?
You Tornadoes pranking, Jester? Mr. Matt Glowy?
Your copium levels are so high, it's making my eyes sting. Youch!
With that, we don't have any more donation comment questions left on our Buy Me a Coffee page. If you donate even $1 with a question attached, you will be guaranteed to get an answer next episode.
Our Team Rocket attempting some sick three-way fusion here? That's kind of cool, let them do it, Barack.
Remember, fellas, it's okay if it's in a three-way.
This is a linear Pokemon game, Joe. I don't really have much say in the matter. We are the heroes after all.
Oh, look, it's Donald, a mega rat.
I'd rather be a rat than a fusion of Slackings, Nuts, and Marowak for a lazy-ass pile of ancient bones.
Why did you have to include balls in that statement? That was as redundant as Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Balls? Balls, 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 balls.
Settle down, Joe. Save that balls chant for when we will really need it against a crazy wild legendary or something. You Electrode suckling sack of leftover discharge.
Here it comes, with a honey in the middle, there's a leeway.
Why did it go wowie cop plowy? I wanted to see something truly nightmarish from this game for once.
I mean, I'm sure they will get the tripler fusion right eventually. Or they might wait until later to do a Magmar, Pinsir, and Electabuzz combination.
I always thought that trio included my sweet Jinxie Poo instead of Dick Pinch, but I get your point.
Or they might fuse the evolutions together down the line. Imagine an electrical, compatible fluffy boy.
Leave my cute, innocent Eevee out of your mouth.
Oh, mega pause.
You both know I love that little guy beyond words can describe, which is why I got that matching tattoo with Ariana Grande.
Yes, and who gives a wiggly worm a damn about your stupid little tramp stamp Barack?
I'm just saying I'm not loyal to a lot of things in my life, not even my wife and Strife. But believe me, Eevee is the one for me, Stevie, in case you wonder. I will die fighting that he is the true Pokemon mascot. He's got his own game in the form of Let's Go on the Switch, which is one of the greatest video games of the times. They took the radical concept of Pokemon Go, expanded upon it, and made the capturing and battles beyond fucking gnarly. Oh yeah, that's my cuddly little fox doggo king and goat. Wait, what the hell happened to my savior and Lord Helix? He turned to mulch? Why didn't I get his fossil?
Your false god literally turned to dust. LMAO.
This game is very strange when it comes to item randomization. At least you got the 7K sale fossil from that hidden Clefairy village or whatever that was earlier.
It's all good though you're in the home stretch now, Barack. Just a few more ladders and Mount Moon is finito.
Thank Persian's crusty toenails, because I don't know how many more encounters I can take before I let this sun steel strike.
Sort of off-topic question, but being in Mount Moon reminded me. Does anyone remember that online Pokemon clicker RPG Pokemon Eclipse? It used to be called Pokemon Moon back in the day, before Gamefreak stole the name for Generation 7.
Oh my god, yes. The OG Poke Clicker. The nostalgia is hitting me harder than a Choice Banded Infernape Flare Blitz.
More ladders? That looks like the exit. Take us away, Barack.
Sweet, sweet sunlight. Oh my god, the morning sun is starting to rise. I'm so happy to be out of there, I could call you two my friends right now.
A bit harsh, Barack, but I'll blame the insanity of navigating that hellscape for you.
The struggle is never Jover. You still have a Pokemon to catch here on Route 4.
You can devour an NK-shaped phallus if you think I am getting into another battle before this video ends. I'm saving right here, then you can either do the gym next time or trudge through the routes up north.
Yeah, I think I'll save that for Donnie for his episode 6. Good work today, Baraka.
Considering we have like 3 encounters available right now, 1 death ain't too bad. We are still well on pace.
Thanks, boys. Have a great weekend.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Infinite Fusion. I guess before we start, I have a surprise for you two.
Ha. Yes, of course, my blood brother. I'll be yours forever and ever. Let's celebrate our marriage in style. I love you, Joe.
Note to self, Barack is sick in the head this episode. Anywho, go for it, buddy.
What the ferret?
Our editor told us we only get 1 or 2 F-bombs per video, and I hate to use mine so early to kill the monetization. But how in the flying type fuck did you manage this?
I decided to represent my people and get a sex change, guys. Ain't that neat?
Your people? Pedophiles?
Okay, Donnie, you got me. I'm actually repping all the 13-year-old girls in the world. That is our character's canonical age, after all.
Wait a minute. I can see the character morph in and out of a different sprite. You Shang Tsung wannabe. What the hell did you do to our pro tag?
Just let him get his encounter first, Barack.
Wow. For 2 slick-looking Pokemon, I thought they would have a cooler fusion together. Still, this opens up a lot of awesome possibilities, particularly with Reuniclus.
The main thing I'm looking at here is the fact these are 2 fully evolved Pokemon. Their stat potential is already at its best since they have both reached their final form, so we could safely fuse them with non-evolved monsters and still have reliable firepower.
We could do that or refuse them with other final stage evolutions. Imagine the Kingdra paired with Charizard or Lugia. We are starting to gain some seriously kick-ass materials now. I love it.
Is that green stuff around the Reuniclusiate's fat? You're an expert in that field, Donald. Tell me your thoughts.
Why don't you shut it, you son of a Squirtle's ass crack?
I actually looked it up after the last episode, and in this game, the Boost Ball has a catch multiplier of 0.8 times, and the Heal Ball is your regular 1 times catch multiplier.
Barack utilizing his downloadability on balls like he's a Porygon 2. Maybe you can answer me this question because I never understand the move. How does Psywave work?
Well, it's a bit complicated. There's a whole formula for it, which is dumb, that depends on your Pokemon's level. Fun fact, just like all great Generation 1 mechanics, it could break your game in a local battle. It could do 1 HP from your perspective, but on your friend's Game Boy, it could actually do 0 damage and desync the Link battle. The more you know.
And if you don't know, now you know, Zigga.
You never answered my question, Chubbs McKenzie. What is the green fat?
I believe it's the polypeptide cytoplasm produced by the pocket monster's hydrophilic mitochondria. That's basic Bayleaf biology, bitch.
All right, I was going to make a smart scientific name, but after hearing that brain rot, I'm going with the nickname Handy. Bro's got hands, so he is literally that.
Go ahead and deposit him, Joe. I've got some great fusion ideas for the following episode.
And fix whatever wacky metamorphosis is going on with our character. Nobody wants to see this crock-and-awe concoction anymore.
All right, there you go. Fix myself up just in time for this rival battle. We even get to see my cool custom portrait in the versus screen.
Did they take that photo of you while getting Vietnam flashbacks? Why do you look so depressed?
It's depressing being the best. When you're the only player in a 3-man Nuzlocke that hasn't lost a Pokemon, it gets lonely up at the #1 spot.
If you're in first place, I cannot wait for a blue shell to come out of nowhere and use Misty Explosion on your cocky sandy shocky bukkake ass.
That was an ill flow you just had there, Barack. Another shout out to Pink Yoshi from the Infinite Fusion Discord who provided me with this custom trainer sprite. It looks awesome, and be sure to check out their channel again in the description.
Guess I gotta ask that Munching Koopa looking chump to conjure up a magnificent character for myself also. I suppose it does give me a chance to complain to them directly about how Joe's sprite looks way too young. It should have just been a Kaboo-top skeleton walking around.
Wait guys, look at who I'm facing. It's finally time to peek all of my chews and squirt all of my turtles.
Joe, don't say that. Open up those Victini-shaped ears and listen to me before the sus police get you.
You just don't want the feds to show up for other reasons, good cop.
Says the fatty who somehow keeps running away from the tax collector like a cricketot.
All right, even though neither of these two are physical attackers, I'll teach them Dragon Rush for the extra coverage.
Smart decision, Joe. I'm gonna try to be more supportive like a plusle of you both, since at the end of the day, we are all in this together. Call me Troy Bolton.
Before I forget, I've learned a new trick this time around. Call me Pumpkaboo. I'm about to blow your mind with this one.
All right, Bucephalon, go ahead.
I want you all to look at the interactive options underneath this video.
The stuff that lets the channel use the move growth. All right, keep it going, Joe.
While I remind you all to like the video and subscribe to the channel, notice how those respective buttons light up. Make sure to unlike to see it happen again, and re-like to see the cool little thumbs up effect that goes with it.
Bro is engagement farming on YouTube. I've officially seen it all.
I don't know why this air rough is in creative mode staring at us, but do what you do best and shoot him down, Mr. Prez.
You both strike me as the type of Cosmog cowards to use the SAM turret as a kill streak, and this just confirms it.
Watch out, here comes his ace, Joe.
I'm not surprised. I had faith that our rival would still have his genitals from the first battle.
Geez, I hope so. We aren't Indian doctors or anything.
His general just evolved into a bigger, juicier, and girthier general. I kind of mess with that.
This is why I could never employ you to work in the Dick Ick Shop, Donald. You just admitted to messing around with this black rabbit's genitals, which comprises like 40% of the stock we sell in the store. You'd get too distracted, but low-key, I would understand it.
Thanks.
This battle seems like it's in the bag like Nebby, so let me ask, are you going to take on Misty this episode?
I think I'll leave that for Donald next time. I'll clear the routes up north, catch a few encounters, and even train up the team for the next episode. Sound good?
That's perfect, my minin'. As long as Barack isn't the one to fight Misty, I can't complain. Bro would be fighting his inner demons, and I'm not talking about Sakuna this time.
Speaking of inner demons, our opponent Jenna Tools just listened to theirs and committed sauce on the side. You hate to see it.
Sorry, boys, I just cried like a sobble when I heard we have to delay seeing Fisty Misty for an episode. My jealous colored joystick just disintegrated as well, but decent battle all the same, Joe.
I'll make a start on these 5 punks guarding the Nuggy Bridge as we make our way north. How are you both doing this week, by the way, boys?
I'm doing great, Joe. I rewatched The Pick of Destiny for like the 50th time in my life. That movie is a true classico.
Totally agree, Barack. Coincidentally enough, I've been listening to Octagon collaborations and remixes also. I just can't get enough of those 8 fantastic sides. Any more bizarre adventures, JoJo?
No, nothing crazy this week, but I'm in a bit of a predicament at the moment. I'm heading to a concert this weekend with Bush. I don't know why he's so connected to me. It's like he wants me inside of him or something.
And I'm going to be fused with that corrupted wicked witch of America called Hillary Clinton. Get over yourself, Joe, you crawdont choker. What singer are you going to see?
We are going to watch some wacky-ass band called Tenacious D. Ever heard of them?
Oh my God! Donald my cock!
You shallow smasher. How did you get your hands on those tickets? The both of us have been trying for months and they've sold out every attempt we make.
You two seem to always forget exactly who I am. I'm literally the president. I stole the tickets from a Make-A-Wish kid. I absolutely punched his lights out. Who are they going to report me to, myself?
You went through all that effort, yet you have absolutely no idea who they are at all, Joe?
I haven't a clue. Don't tell me it's one of those stupid boy bands with like 20 singers in it. That's Bush's new craze lately.
It's the incredibly talented duo of Kyle Gass and Jack Black.
Black? Was that the guy who was featured in the last episode?
You've never heard of Jack Black? Jablinski Gaming? The second best YouTube channel on the platform, only behind Game Producer 6?
He's top 3 channels in the verse, no questions asked.
Kind of like how this Type Tales we are against is top 3 fusion designs in the IF-verse. The pulsating flames acting as a sort of beard/main hybrid is just sick. Looks better than any of those weird 3D Typhlosion models where the fire ain't active. He just looks like a naked, long rodent boy.
First time you've ever complained about such a thing.
I mean, he looks cool, but it's nothing special. The next sprite will probably look better.
It would have to be some awesome sort of fly dude for it to top that last one.
According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground.
What is going on with this cursed-ass battle right now? First Barry B. Benson and now the Pixar lamp?
Hold on a sonic booming second. That's my boy, Armando. Have you never seen him out in the wilderness picking clovers like yourself, Donald?
Unlike you, Barack, I'm not a professional at hanging out in fields. So that's a no from me.
I don't know what your chat totting on about Flubber, but watch the sonic booms, Joe.
I know the guy'll match up well, Barack, don't worry. I would never let a Pokemon faint to a set damage move unlike some people.
Ouch, that stung like poison. That being said, great match, Joe.
I can't wait to see how strong the rest of the cuties on this bridge are. For the love of Solus's juicy slime, those trainers were piss easy.
Look on the bright side, you can go back to your villainous ways and join Team Rocket, Joe.
Ah, what the hell, I'll rejoin, why not? Maybe they'll finally listen to me about how I personally would conquer the world. Sure would beat whatever plan that Gothita Groomer Giovanni comes up with.
Whoa, 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 stop. There's a lot to unpack there.
This cling or clang or cling clang fusion reminds me of that deadbeat bastard. Him and his pussycat Persian would always grind my gears.
I was joking about you being in Team Rocket before. Are you meaning to tell me you actually were?
My hoodlum scrafty days were short-lived, but it's true, boys. It was a gang back in '98 called Team R. We were rebellious, but we didn't want copyright smoke from the Nintendo ninjas.
I do remember a couple of sleepovers back in the day, seeing a coughing and Ekans-colored akimbo pistols hung up in your wardrobe, Joe. Was that the strap you rode around with?
Ah, yes, my trusty sidekicks, Jesse and James, always blasting off, again and again.
Okay, that was colder than head from an ice cube, but why did you leave the gang?
I told you we got a new boss. Coincidentally, an Italian asshole called Giovanni. He wanted to take over the world in the shadows. I wanted to with upfront destruction. To me, damage is the only way forward.
Oh my God, the evidence was under our noses the whole time like Probo passes iron sand. How did we never notice?
Our morals divided the clan, so those who followed me were now a part of the newly found Toilet Bird Gang. We were ganging it. Gang, 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 gang.
And you dug up dirt that he was grooming young girls? Was the mob name a cover-up for Aubrey Graham?
I think we will have to save that story for another day. It's time for another encounter, boyos.
Yippity! Cook it up, Joey!
Watch this. The next encounter is about to be the biggest dub I have ever conjured up in my entire existence.
You literally summoned a W unknown fused with a Pokemon whose name also begins with that letter.
Dub was so big, I used transform on the 23rd letter of the alphabet, boss man.
Thank you, thank you. You're far too kind. However, since it is part unknown, this mon is more of an L than anything. I think we should use this thing as Wonder Trade material. What do you think, guys?
Oh my Claude. The dub stands for Wonder Trade, which is a goated mechanic.
Joe hopping out the kitsch with the Max Flare Darmanitan eyebrow fire emoji.
Yes, I am 6 of those whatever things you just water spouted, Donnie. Don't get me wrong, the Whooper side is cool, but unknown fused with anything will drop their stats harder than 6 consecutive overheats.
You're right in saying that, Joe. I guess this cements the fact we will be using Wonder Trades as a re-rolling system for wild encounters that we may not be happy about.
Sounds fair enough to me. Thanks to all the viewers who gave their input on the Wonder Trade tickets in episode 2.
Thanks to all the bots that I paid for in those comments for doing your job. Anyway, time to officially label this guy as Dub and send him off into the great ether like his real name is Ike.
Isn't this exciting, boys? A brand new feature we've never seen before. They should add this to a mainline game.
I despise how uncultured you are at times.
Wait, you don't think this could be a foreshadowing to me sending away our Dub for this run just like last time, do you?
Well, now I think that. You mother shuckle.
Well, he is level 14, and you both have read the script and saw the premature ending to that episode, right?
Bro, did not just fucking spoil that this series dies at 14.
Joe, calm down. We need to take a break or something. Obama dropping bombshells part always.
What did I say? I like to know my lines for the day of a recording.
And we got something so fucking mid? Cut to commercial. Who the fuck is that Pokemon? Ayo, it's Pikachu. Fucking idiot.
Why is it so hard for you to understand basic communication, Joey Max Slowey? When did a Pikachu fusion appear at all in this episode?
Did you forget that time when I squirted?
Like a Fampy?
You were close.
Hey Samuel, pay attention. You were supposed to include a Poke fusion that has already appeared in the first half of the video or one of its evolutions so the viewers have a fair shot of guessing it.
That's kind of dumb. I don't like it when the viewers win. But fine, I'll play fair next time I get a turn.
Okay, good. Aside from that, I'm excited to see what other fusion material you could possibly obtain in the rest of this episode. Remember, the more monsters we catch, the more epic options we gain for our team. We aren't bound to just what we have caught. We can mix and match the individual creatures in whatever way we like. Is there any combination you have in mind right now?
After this battle, I might head back to the box and fuse Fly Amigo with Dark Osama. That 4-way would go crazier than a Volo.
You Venom Moth Throbbing Jobber. You should know you can't merge 2 pre-existing fusions.
I think there's one other glaring problem here like an Arbok. It's the simple fact that Fly Amigo is dead. Do you think I'd deposit a Latios for fun?
Well, considering how it was killed off, I really thought it was all just a cruel joke you were playing. In reality, it was just skill issue.
Hey Barack, why was 6 afraid of 7?
No idea. Why?
Because you fucking nuked 9.
I'm sorry I have a sense of pride for being the best player out of the 3 of us. I could have very easily pulled the Dragon Rage claws as you said, but I play these challenges hardcore to prove I am literally at the peak of the Silver Mountain.
Is that so? I'll leave you seeing red if that's the case.
Why do Donananis and Barakanis have to keep on fighting?
For the sake of your focused bestie, I'll form a truce with this mechanized monstrosity. If it's too distracting, I shall do it. Does that make you feel at ease?
Well, miss my Magius and steal my kids. I need this thing in my real life as my real wife right now. Hand it over, you hecking hacker.
Why did I flinch as if that was a slur?
Please don't freak out and start losing monsters left, right, and center, Joe. I know it's hypocritical of me to say, but we can't really afford to lose any more party members this early in the run. Remember, my ambiguous relative of a gym leader did have a legendary, but we were just super lucky like an unpheasant that it happened to be fused with a baby Pokemon.
At this current moment, I'm fully aware that my ability is not own tempo, because I'm confused. This Boldor-built Bingus is for some reason giving me advice, even though my gameplay is so rock solid I've been carrying the team on my back like a Crustle. Shut that musky Vullaby trap of yours before I send you back to your city. Or as you and this supposed Jack call it, Black City.
To round out this shitty Gen 5 scheme, you both suck Seismitoad's froggy groggy balls. That is all.
Donald, you're being such a meanie right now. Viewers, remember next episode to dislike the video to show your hatred towards him.
That's so stupid, Joe. People are going to forget to do that next time. If we really wanted the people to thumbs down my episode, we could just include Game Producer 6 as the special feature. Lord knows the comments love going after that cast-form creamer.
While you mention it, what's up with our dumb drunken editor appearing as a guest in other videos? Can we ban him from showing up ever again to not mock and tarnish this channel's reputation? We have a series to keep alive here.
Good call. I might even hit up the Smogon Council and get Finchinator on the case. Because his usage rate is above the average, GP6 and all his regional variants/costumes have been banned to the Ubers tier. This is with immediate effect.
All 741 cosplay alternate forms too?
Especially those.
I'm sorry, Joe. I know you love to try and sweep me on Showdown with the sexy Sneasler variant, but we will have to wait for Pokemon Piss and Pokemon Shit Suspect test for you to use him again.
We lost a real homo today, boys. I already missed that spicy Metang meat.
It's about time the God Duck learned Bulldoze. Finally, he has a reliable ground-type stab.
He is nigh complete.
Jesus Christ, Christ baby, what did they do to my boy Espy? Murder that poor thing so it doesn't have to live in pain.
I just realized that it's the rat from the last series. Is this the 69 God?
Outdated reference yet relevant at the same time, Joe? Keep on booming it, brother.
Wop, 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 wop. Don, mess him up.
Hey, Barack, I've got an Ironworks Fuego line for you that will get us a freaking bars comment chain under this video.
Sweet Shuppet Soup Joe, you're prefacing this with some high expectations here. Let's see if your wordplay is worth it.
All right, checkity check, check it. Call me your dad because I believe in you.
Oof.
Well spoken, Donnie. I'm sorry to tell you, Mr. Prez, my Poplio piping pops never had faith in me to begin with, so that line falls flat. You won't get an FB approval from me today.
No, wait, run it back. I said call me your dad, cause I be leaving you.
Freaking. Bars.
He said it. He said the thing. Make sure to capture this in 4K on my Barackberry phone, Donald.
You freaking twisted those words like a spoon? The Abra Evolutions ain't got nothing on you, Creepy Joe.
I can't believe he managed to turn that one around on me. Viewers, be sure to head down to the comment section below and find the freaking bars chain and add to it.
While you fight this eeny weeny Hitmontini, maybe you should ask the comment question of the day, Joe.
Great idea, Donald. Super Duper Bro 3251 asks, if you could study under any of the Pokemon professors, who would it be?
I gotta go with the Masked Royal Kukui. He's hands down the most prestigious professor in the series battling-wise, as he is literally the champion of Sun and Moon. For Cosmo's sake, he beat the Indigo League and even gave Lance a run for his money as champion. Plus, he has Braviary on his team, which is my favorite Pokemon, so brownie points there.
I'd have to say Professor Oak. Think about it. This man invented the Pokédex. We wouldn't have such a highly informative encyclopedia if it wasn't for him. All the insane Dex entries and crazy facts about the creatures of the regions would not be made publicly known if it wasn't for his ingenious idea.
Mine's got to be Sonia from Galar. I'll admit, she hasn't really done much. Her mother discovered Dynamaxing, which is one of the most busted gimmicks in all of Pokemon, so there's that. Plus, she's superty-duperty hot, and her dog is always looking for a pounding.
I understand pouncing the professor, but you can't keep getting away with this doggy-style dog-doing Joe.
Oh no, when I say pounding, I mean it literally. Her stupid Lil Yamper always knocks down the door when Sonia and I are using the Masuda method, if you know what I mean. So I grab my sword and shield and batter the literal dog piss out of him. That'll teach him to disturb my breeding time.
From bestiality to animality. I want to say I'm happy you're growing better as a person, Joe, but my soul would not be able to rest easy knowing I meant that.
I'm getting there, Barack, I'm getting there. Machine Gun Hunt 8407 asks, what are your guys' favorite anime?
Gotta pay respects to the GOAT Akira Toriyama. Dragon Ball shaped an entire culture and continuously goes on to define the anime community. Who am I kidding? It's broken beyond its boundaries and has made a massive impact on other parts of pop culture. It's not even a part of the big three. Toriyama literally pointed at himself and said, it's just big me.
I usually exclude Dragon Ball because it's so obviously number one. So aside from that, I would say the Ace Attorney anime adaptation. Anyone that doesn't have time to play through the game should give it a watch. It brings the trilogy to screens, and my God, it is impeccable. It captures the lighthearted comedy as well as the serious tone of each case perfectly. Plus, Daddy Edgeworth pulls up in his whip, ready to pimp smack some defendants. Who doesn't love that?
I'm not a weeb like you two bozos, so I haven't seen many animes or teenager cartoons, as you call them.
Aren't you the one always speaking Japanese in these videos, Joe?
Shut up, Totoro. But in all seriousness, my favorite anime has to be Family Guy.
Hell no, we are not discussing this Toro's bullshit today. What's the story with that item you just picked up?
Well, this game does get continuous updates, so it's likely an item used to be assigned to that ID but was maybe changed or modified for a specific reason in a later version. I think the devs considered that, and this seems to be a safe way to dispose of said empty ID slots.
Well, that's a bit frustrating. It honestly seems like our item luck has been terrible so far. Between the abundance of berries and now this literally pointless item, we have not hit the jackpot quite yet when it comes to held items.
Don't worry, Cleveland, my Nakama. I'm certain we will obtain some great items one day. I hear the hotel side quests give out some great rewards, so maybe after Donald's gym battle next episode you could have a look at being the quest slave.
The quest, what?
Don't worry about it anyway, I'm going to defuse Bill and then end off the episode. I haven't slept in like 8 minutes and my eyes are getting heavier than a Celestila.
Sounds good, Giuseppe. I'm going to train my tush off for the Misty fight. Just in case Barack asks her to throw it back and she declines, I can step in and take her place.
I swear to God, if I start seeing you getting jiggy with it, I will let the gun get ziggy with you.
Nice, we got a ticket for a luxurious cruise. Must be a new area the creator added in that was cut from red and blue.
This guy has supposedly beaten Gen 1 thousands of times, folks.
No deaths and 2 captures. Not a bad showing today, Joe.
I'm in agreement. I hope I can carry your momentum into the next boss fight. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a closed-door private meeting with Glizzy Drizzy to attend. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Infinite Fusion. Last time, Joe got absolutely 0 things done and spoke sweet nothings into your poor and my rich ears. So today, I will face the gym leader of Cerulean City, Fisty Misty. Before we begin, however, I have a few team members I have to train up since we were left with false promises and somebody didn't level up a single pocket monster. What happened, Joe?
It was nothing serious, there's no need to worry, Donald. I fell asleep before I started grinding.
Can't say I'm shocked like the wave. You got a few fusion ideas, Donald?
I'm thinking of a Reuticlus and Luigi combo. I say sticking to the psychic flying type is great for the ground immunity, so let's go with that.
With our current captures, we should have access to some top-tier fusions. I'm excited to see what we conjure up.
Just look at that jiggly guy. That is so cool.
And is that Silver the baby loogie in its stummy? Now that is a peak reference, goddamn.
All right, this purpley shadow-looking one is actually incredibly sick. Its stance even resembles Luigi's 3D model from the Stadium and Battle Revolution games. This is literally XD001, and I have 000 problems about that.
Either do I, Mirror D. Magic Guard and a neutral nature pretty much means this defensive beast is never dying, and his special offense with stab won't be too shabby either. That was a great call on your part.
But wait, there's more. Let's take the now standalone Kingdra and mash him up with another bulky Generation 2 Pokemon, why don't we?
Did you switch trainer class to chef? 'Cause you are cooking today, my boy.
Did you guys see that one of the silhouettes was green and the other was white? The former must mean there is a custom sprite available. That'll be handy to know going forward.
I'm sort of getting Sylveon vibes from this guy, which is funny because we're the typing of Dark Dragon that makes it desperately weak against fairies. Still, the combined defenses of 2 fully evolved Pokemon should help us big time in the early game.
I'll give him Swift Swim just in case we need an answer to a Hail Mary Kyogre in the future.
Oh boy, it's happening, isn't it?
Shut your trap, Pinch. I don't want to hear about weird marriage proposals while I unveil this greatness. Speechless? I understand. You're witnessing beauty in its truest form.
You called me a trap pinch? You're more orange than a citrus-sucking soul rock?
Damn, the jealousy's strong today. Another final thank you to Pink Yoshi from the Infinite Fusion Discord for making this sprite for me. Forget these clowns, it's amazing. I'm going to utilize the in-game speed-up button just to train a couple of our bench Pokemon and witness their evolutions real quick.
Time to straighten up this confused bat, no supersonic. What level does the Noibat side evolve at?
48, so we have a long while before this little guy reaches his max potential.
I'm surprised you're not sucking me off for playing optimally, Barack. First, I evolved the crime-fighting bat boy of Chinese descent, trudging evildoers, wherever they may be. Then I take our wonder trade Mr. Ha and level him up on the double, back to back to back.
Like your Kobe Shack.
Wait, Donald, do you have a free 6-team slot open in the party?
I told you both, I'm done throwing for content. I'm rocking 6 goons on me at all times from now on, no exceptions.
Hey, you just shafted us a Shedinja. Literally free Wonder Guard material.
Not going to defend Donald's choke, but considering enemy movesets aren't random, I think us having something with Wonder Guard would make the journey a bit too easy. You're a Doug Trio dipshit, all the same Donnie boy.
We're finally ready to make more progress than Joe ever has in his miserable, mischievous little life. Quick team recap before we start. I've brought with me Umdra, who I will re-nickname Good Cop, Dark Osama, the Derp, XD001, GP and the God Duck.
Geez, somebody is in a foul play type of mood. What's up your ass today, Donald?
I actually feel like a quintillion bucks right now, but I'm speaking nothing but facts without a single printer in sight. Last episode, you ran up north, caught a worthless unknown fusion, then came back to the same town. Sapphire had its fair share of filler, but we don't want Infinite Fusion to become literally Boruto, where like 70% of the episodes are worthless.
Oh, come on. We know the real reason you've gained your hidden ability Moody today, Donald. You're still upset over giving away your gold-plated mic, right? Say, what are you using now as a replacement?
Why, it's the new iPhone 18 Pro Ultra Super Max Turbo. Thanks, Steve Jobs. Hashtag not sponsored.
Random ad placement, but let's move on. Viewers, I just want to take this time to thank you all for subscribing and liking the video as well.
Okay, I've actually got the iPhone 12, so I know that cringe notification sound wasn't me. And Joe, I know you've still got the first flip phone ever invented. So that means...
Guys, I'm not a Samsung scrub. They use AI in all their newer phones, which I am totally against. You know that very well. I just changed my iPhone ringtone to that for the lols. The gits and shiggles. Come on, I've got a gym battle to get to here. Back me up.
I know for a fact you didn't do that, because that meme would actually be funny. A silcoon slapper, if you will.
It's not catching on, Joe. Just skydrop that phrase now while no one notices. The fire type has already been taken care of, which is a relief because as a final gym that could have been scary. Let's hope we knock off another tough type, like Dark.
That was bars, but let's see what the competition is looking like.
Even I know these are both pretty weak types. Looks like you were handed a freebie like an Eevee Donald.
Stuff like Volcarona and Rayquaza are potentially in the fusion pool here, so I can't say for certain this is a win. I mean, of course, a gadrillionaire like myself would never lose, but it could still be tough.
This Venodon confirms that this gym is bug type. How do you feel about that, Donald?
Well, let me answer back with another question. Do either of you find Bugsy to be a tough gym leader in Gen 2?
Her Scyther wasn't too much trouble, but that Metapod did have me raging at my Game Boy for a solid minute the first time I fought it. Even on repeat playthroughs nowadays, I find it hard to counter.
That Husk's only damaging move is Tackle. How do you struggle against that, Joe? Also, Bugsy is a boy. This is common knowledge by now.
Firstly, respect the pronouns Barack. Secondly, explain why the game identifies them as female then.
I actually can't find any proof on that last statement, so we will call it quits.
Anyway, yeah, I pretty much just spam Gus and I win, right? I can pray that we get a tough opponent like a Palkia X Fortress, so the fight is interesting, but aside from that, I don't see what could go wrong.
Anorith is part bug type, so if Armaldo comes out mixed with something tanky, a rock slide would hurt big time.
Realistically, he's just going to pin me down with the missiles like I wish Barack would do to me every night. No homo.
I mean, just say the word, and the big button goes boom.
Oh God, not this again.
Don't tempt me, Big Bertha boy. Let me go heal up real quick before taking on Sisty Misty.
Go easy on her, Donald. We don't want to make Brock jealous of the smackdown you give her, no carbink.
Actually, I couldn't really care how he deals with her, Joe. The difference between a boy and a man is realizing it's time to move on from your childhood Misty crush to your obsessive Sabrina love face.
I feel like we've been here before. Have we been here before?
XD001 in the derp. Great picks, Donnie.
Coke, co.
What the combustion did I just listen to? Was that meant to be a choking chicken?
That couldn't have been. That sounded nothing like a chicken. It's more so like this. Ooh, crew chi. Crewy chi.
There's that Armaldo with a possible rock slide. You curse me with Joe, you literal dead-ass ghost type.
He's gearing up for a sky attack. Show him his ugly-looking reflection and cut that attack down a notch.
It won't do much regardless, but glad you're thinking ahead with the reflect screen, Joe.
Yeah, totally what I was referencing with that. I might just text Misty an XD laughy face since our pregnant Shadow Luigi is demolishing her.
I don't need to be thinking about pregnant Luigi right now.
It's a he.
All right, brothers, roll the credits. This guy is about to be blown away.
Wait, you have to hit a cool pose and use a powerful technique to seal the deal, Donald.
I'm not getting caught up in your thwacky games, Barack. Nothing can convince me.
Jill said she will give you a head pat if you do it.
For realsies? Screw it then. Negation effect. Mystical space typhoon. Very last minute and random, sorry boys. Still, you have to admit, that was some perfect chaos I just performed.
I did not expect you to open your heart to us like that, Donnie, but I'm proud of you. I feel like we are closer than ever now.
I agree with Joe. Overall, it was like a solid 8 out of 10 attack for the simple fact Adventure 2 is better and should have been the reference, but I can live with what was done.
It's still early game, boyos. That wasn't even close to some of the insane attacks I've got stored in my backpack. Speaking of which, I think TMs are a bit glitched in randomized versions of this game. Aren't we meant to have Calm Mind and Crispy Misty just gave us false swipe, but we don't got it? A bit of a shame, but if we are getting this unlucky with items, then surely we are due a break soon, right?
Well, the Pokemart will have more items added to it, so we can hope for better balls and repels and maybe some decent evolution stones or something.
Oh God, yeah, I am the absolute best. Praise me, suckers. Praise the GSC Snorlax of this team. The Zacian, the Mega Ray, the impressive Incineroar.
You are definitely a fat lump of shit. You got no dog in you, your snake ain't that mahusive, and you are an impolite little pussy. You're a good battler, Donald, but your ego will forever hold you back like your name is Paul.
Stop skull bashing heads. You two are just as bad as each other. You both have let something die already, so just accept that you are equal in my eyes.
Oh, hey, Joe, look out. Is that Wallace behind you?
No, Daddy, go easy on me today.
For the love of a Q-Bone's dead mother, I did not need to hear that. I know he was a dark type Jim, but I did not think you'd gain such intense PTSD from his punishment.
Hold on, what is this missed stone item? A peculiar stone that forces any Pokemon to evolve, regardless of level. It forces evolution?
It's only 2,100 Poké-Dollars. There is no way it does. It must be a substitute for trade or area-specific evolutions like Magnezone. There's no way it forcefully advances a Pokemon to the next stage. That would be incredibly overpowered for an item, let alone one sold so cheaply.
That does sound too good to be true. Maybe see if it's compatible with any of our party monsters, Donald, but be careful. I don't want us to break the game already.
Well, let's see if our editor likes the look of this green shiny rock.
Wait, seriously? It actually works regardless of the Pokemon? What kind of imbalanced swine-up shit is that about?
Yes, power. HM04, strength.
Wowie, that is insanely absurd. First, I love the fact that the nickname has aged well, as this really does look like something that Delibird Demolisher GP would dress as for a fan meetup. Second, and probably the inevitable issue we have to address, is the usage of this item. What do you both think about using it in a playthrough like this? On the one hand, it would be handy to hurry along our evolutions and gain the strongest form of each of our team members as soon as possible. The other side of it is that it might make the battle so much easier. Not necessarily, as the opposing trainers can still have final evos and legendaries, but it definitely gives us a power boost. Personally, I'm on the fence and don't mind the decision either way.
We've been getting shafted by the items in this game. I think it's only fair we take this and hold B, aka run with it. This is what the RNG gods have blessed us with, so why should we interfere? A lot of the custom sprites in this game are based off of the final stage Pokemon, so it would also be a visual win too. If the Elite Four and Champion have the same level Pokemon as they usually do for Kanto, then we wouldn't even see a Volcarona until the post-game, which is too significant an upgrade to pass up.
The level up moves you just obtained is where my issues arise from. We now have a Quiver Dance Aura Sphere Bug Steel type. Essentially, a Caesar that can set up and sweep with only better moves to come down the line. As well as that, it's inhumane to evolve a Pokemon without its consent. Remember, kids, consent is badass.
I must say, you both make some very valid points.
Viewers, give us a hot second. We are about to go have a civil discussion on if we should use this awesome item or not. Who the fuck is that Pokemon? It's Azumatris. You suck!
No, you suck!
It's been 45 minutes. Pay attention for your encounter, you bag-on bangers.
Oh look, a Pokemon I won't have to use the Mist Stone on because it's already evolved to its final form from both sides. Like, what difference would it make if this was a Beldum Tangela fusion and I had to use the stone 3 times on it? There's still the risk and reward to it because money isn't exactly plentiful in this game, so we are forgoing the opportunity cost of having more Pokeballs and held items at the expense of fully evolving team members. Plus, what if I did use the stones and then the fusion in question died? We will have lost so many precious resources through greed. I won't be swayed on my opinion here.
It mechanically breaks the game, Donald. You can't even deny that. The fun aspect of a randomizer is not knowing exactly what we get in the wild. Doesn't it feel more rewarding if you capture this metagrowth because of its high catch rate and more powerful moves than a weaker form of it? We should be playing with the luck we are dealt, not cheese our way to victory. That just isn't fun to me. The Mist Stone is fundamentally flawed for a challenge run because it prematurely gifts you the most powerful monster you will be able to obtain. So now, instead of smartly abusing GP, which we all love to do sexually and battle-wise, all you're going to be doing is spamming a few queer dances and dismantle teams without much issue. How can you call that fun? It's inhumane.
Who cares about the humanity of it all? If we have to become monsters to beat such a difficult challenge, we shouldn't even question if it's the right choice. I'm willing to sacrifice it all to win this time around, and if you aren't taking this as seriously as I am, well, what's the point of us being on a team? I'm out of this Bisharp bitch.
Both of you calm the hell down right now. We are not having you leave for an episode again, Donald, as that's when it all went downhill last time. If we win, that's great. If we lose, who gives a sneasel schnitzel? I'm here to have fun this time around, and you two need to start relaxing before I replace you with Bushy Wushy and Hillary. This is a fucking kids game. Will you both stop treating this as the end-all be-all?
I stand by my beliefs. I'm just saying if we catch something like a Dino or Dragonair, you can dynamic punch my nips if you think I'm not using the mist stone on it.
I'll move on because I'm not a Magby Wah Wah baby like this Chunky Kong chump. But I won't be apologizing ever.
No more bickering, and I mean it. One more takedown from this wiggly wormy guy and he is cooked. Don't choke this catch after running your mouth Doland.
I've got this. I'll even set up a reflect so that he takes less recoil damage.
Putting our ramblin' aside, Metagross is sure to have some standout fusions. His 600 base stat total for being a pseudo-legendary alone make him a valuable asset.
Being able to give anything the steel typing is no small feat either, as in the right circumstances they pretty much become resistant to like half the types in the game. Not to sleep on my boy Tangy though, as he is one of the best regenerator mons in the business, so pairing him with a wall will prove rather useful.
I'm surprised this doesn't have a custom sprite. The name sounds almost identical to the original. It should have been a Metagross that's like double in size, or has vines covering its rusted clear body.
Just like the Penny Conundrum.
It's too late in the day to be asking such philosophical questions, Joe. I ask you to save it for another day. What's the nickname going to be, Donald?
Funny you mentioned that, Barack, as I came to a realization trying to think of one just there. I'm gonna call him Cookies, based on the fact he looks like the Cookie Monster.
Of course you were thinking that, you munchlax fuck.
But I don't think the name will necessarily translate well with other fusions. I think we should nickname every Pokemon as usual, but on the fly change it with new pairings to create more appropriate names. The same way that Handy became XD001. Does that make sense?
So change the nickname after we make a fusion we are happy with? I don't have any problems with that. It makes sense now that you say it out loud.
You've still got a few minutes of playtime left. Why don't you head down south to Vermilion to end the episode like a good boy? Or are you a girl? Tell me, what's your name?
Not sure if that was a Professor Oak or a Hypno reference, but he's got a point. Maybe start trekking downwards to finish out the episode, Donald.
I guess I'll ask my comment question since the episode is close to finishing.
Just like myself.
Before we ask it, we just want to update you all in regards to a change to the comment question going forward. Next episode, we are going to knock out as many questions as possible that were asked by the viewers, and we will go back to asking our own comment question for the videos thereafter. Thank you all for your input and questions asked, but maybe at the end of this season, the three of us will do the Q&A instead of our editor. We will give you all plenty of notice, so get your thinking Brayloon caps on. Any hoot, proceed, Donald.
Josh Vader asks who would win in a fight, Charizard or Blue Eyes White Dragon?
A White Lightning and Fire Blast Beam Clash would go pretty hard. I'm not too certain of the winner as we don't have concrete information on Blue Eyes in particular.
I think it depends on who sets up first. If Charizard gets off a few D-dances, a super effective Dragon Claw will totally eviscerate the Blue Serpentine. That's considering the Yu-Gi-Oh player doesn't have a full board of negates and support, where they can chain infinite impermanence on the setup move. Heck, if they just equip Honest to Bluey, he can just safely attack over Char.
You're both overthinking this. A flamethrower or ember would be more than enough to burn up that Blue Eyes phony German faker. I can walk up to Seto Kaiba, distract him with Donald arguing about who is richer between them, pickpocket level 100 his Skyrim NPC looking ass so I can finally roll up a fresh Za with that flimsy cardboard.
Of course that would be your only mastery skill, you Poochiana thief.
Tell me you're a Gen 1er without telling me you're a Gen 1er. Nintendo doesn't even glaze Charizard half as much as you do Barry.
I've had only the wildest dreams about that big fiery daddy. Before we answer the next question, you're going to get an encounter, Donald, but did I just witness you get gifted the Necrosium?
I did indeed, Barack. Can't wait to sweep the entirety of Victory Road with Ultra Necrozma, assuming we make it that far.
So you did read episode 12's script.
I am not even joking. We got a pile of shite, literal cacadukes. Neither parts of the fusion being particularly spectacular either.
Hear me out. This is actually an amazing find. Muck being pure poison means you give that to something with Levitate or a Dark type for Psychic Immunity, and it's a stalling machine. If it's fused with a cracked attacker as well, that's definitely some added brownie points. Oh yeah, brownies.
Joe sees poop. Donald sees food. I don't cast any judgment like I'm an underleveled Arceus. I just want a good Pokemon to work with here.
My expectations for this thing are lower than a crouching Jigglypuff.
Well, I'm already theory crafting some hype fusions we can concoct out of this. And at least it's not a fucking unknown. Don't think we will ever let you live that one down, Spore Master.
Better than killing a legendary, or Naruto's German descent.
Okay, you Palmet Pumper, what exactly did I do to deserve that stray? We are all on the same side here.
He attacked me first with the bullet punches at the start of this episode. I legit haven't done anything illegal since last night, so there's no reason either of you can be mad at me. Just answer the stupid YouTube comment question so I can get out of here pronto.
If you have beef with us, that's one thing, but leave the lovely YouTube commenters out of this.
I will leak your IP, don't try me asks. Are Donald and Joey still besties? To that I say not for much longer, screw this Mimic You Muppet. Then the actual question is, which Pokemon game is the hardest to Nuzlocke in your opinion?
Memes aside, for me it's gotta be Sapphire.
That fruit is hanging lower than a bounce wheat. I'm not even going to go there. In terms of the vanilla mainline games, Generation 4 will always be tough. That level jump from the 8th gym to the Elite Four always makes the challenge difficult enough, even when you are expecting it. Obviously, making a game completely random can trivialize some sections and make others a walking hell to get through. So yeah, my answer is a non-random diamond or pearl run.
Deadass, I would say Sword and Shield, mainly because opposing Dynamaxes tend to take 1 or 2 lives per battle.
Sorry to interrupt, but Belfable is guaranteed to be in at least 40 of the audience's nightmares tonight. Please continue.
It can be hard to counter early game, and later in the adventure you've really got to make sure you time your Dynamax with the enemy trainer, otherwise you have 3 turns of Torterra torture waiting for you. Viewers, make sure to answer the comment question down below after liking and subscribing to the channel. Otherwise, Barack will rock blast 5 nukes to your gaff, cloister style baby.
Funny you mentioned that. Our editor will actually be featured on the Skill Link podcast next Saturday. There will be an exclusive Infinite Fusion episode preview that can only be found on either Prong Hub or on the podcast episode, so be sure to watch the latter as it's more relaxing to get through.
He is seriously using our names for clout? What a diabolical Durant that guy is.
We can't hate on him that much. Do you see the absolute power he is putting out because of Quiver Dance plus Aura Sphere? I say we forgive him on this one.
Anyways, we will be posting it in the Discord and our community post when that episode goes live, so be sure to join using the link down below to keep up to date on the newest episodes, previews, streams, and now crossovers.
Watch me blow this guy away with the +1 gust. Let's a giggity go go.
Good stuff, good stuff. All in all, really fantastic play from you today, Donnie boy. Another badge under our belt, some potentially great materials gained, and the more I think about it, a cracked evolution that we totally deserve.
Thanks, Barack. I'm glad somebody has my back on this one. It's like that saying goes, when life gives you lemons, you ride Joe's mother like a glass treer.
Is that why he was mad the whole time?
One day he will see the light. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to do all the helpful interactions by liking and subscribing, or leaving a comment, as our editor answers every single one of them without fail. Be sure to join the Discord down below, and we will see you in the next one.